How is everyone doing? I had a bad eye. I said, I'm going to still come on because I was able to get it going. Yeah, winter done here in Canada that they are announcing historical news coming out from Quebec. We're experiencing the cold now, the complete cold. Now, can you tell which eye is, yeah. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Twitter X platform. Thank you very much for the interest. Everyone disappeared, but we got over 4,000 followers on Twitter in a month and a half, and then boom, a kablamery. Everything went quiet, like all my platforms do. We got bots on the Rumble platform in the comment sections that are disliking comments, but that doesn't change anything. It's just that isn't it boring having to click on? Oh, I wonder what this person said that was disliked 30 times. I love your work, Bruce. Oh, it's so sad. And you go to the next one. But anyways, that's how it is. We have Rumble platform now. I'm here, I'm there. I'm in the Cajun Islands. I'm in the Caribbean broadcasting live. I'm everywhere, all around the world, soon to be in space. Will it attract people to the research? Artificial intelligent programs are absolutely running the world 100%. Well, they're running the internet. That is something for sure. They're definitely running the internet. If you like the research, if you're new to this channel, subscribe to the channel. Help me grow so I can break the internet with all the sightings. The last video that I posted, say to yourself, 30, 40 comments and shit like that is really funny because in reality, it's the only video on the internet of a UFO shooting several UFOs. I hope you see in that footage that there are many UFOs underneath with all the, you can see the emissions, the heat signatures and everything around the craft. Whether they're on the outside of the atmosphere of the moon, like in space, they say that space, there's no dynamism in space. There's no aerodynamics. You can't have vehicles that are aerodynamic and wings that are not going to help you get lift. There's no lift, microgravity, or in a vacuum. So they say. So some of the spacecraft would look very different, and you would have to have some type of propulsion system. And that, I believe, are the signs of what I'm seeing behind those spacecraft, which is a propulsion system sign. Welcome to the 30 people watching. Fucking hilarious. Think of it, guys. Somebody said in the comment, Bruce, you must be excited. You must get the shakes and go to bed and want to get up in the middle of the night, to see if you've exploded. Not, of course, because what I showed exposing the moon, not only did it not kill me, but in reality, uh, it's not exploding, but it should. All these professionals that are saying, well, the moon is absolutely desolate, and my Harvard degree tells me that they're all lying, every single one of them. I need a theoretical physicist to analyze research. How many do you think have done that? They will look at your footage in a flash, and this was on Alex. No, I'm sorry. What was it? Alex Jones? No, Joe Rogan was interviewing someone. I don't remember who it was very recently. And because Joe Rogan's been talking about the UFO, not necessarily cover up, but about UFOs and aliens. The past couple of months, I've been seeing a lot of him talking about that in some of his episodes. These people are busy, impossible to reach. Hauser in the house. Good evening. Thanks for being first, my friend. Keeping well. Great videos this week. Thanks a lot for, as always, man, for appreciating the videos. Got my hot coffee here. About, oh, yay way. Gary, thanks, man. Gary Elrod, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate that. Sabinator in the house. We have Tammy Krause that is here. Thank you very much. Oregon in the house. Thank you very much. Another state where there are a lot of UFO sightings that we hear from time to time. Some Chinese spy balloons and whatnot. Possibilities are endless. Love the channel name. Thanks for coming back. What's up with you, my friend? Thank you very much for stopping by. I really appreciate that. Your show was absolutely amazing. Love it. Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. How did you guys like the hypothesis? In reality, it's not a hypothesis. It's that's what I believe I'm filming. So I present it as a hypothesis. It's less aggressive being presented that way. People don't feel like they have to believe what I'm saying. Hypothesis, theoretical analysis, terms that I'm using to remain humble and lenient instead of saying I'm the shit, I'm the bomb. I have the truth, like I'm doing on Rumble. I hope you new people on Rumble are enjoying the titles. When you see a title that somebody says, I hold the rarest UFO sightings ever shown on the moon, you know that somebody's going to want to go see that channel. I would anyways. You'll either get all the trolls or you'll get the interested people, because with what I declare on some of the titles, some people must say, well, crap, several UFOs that are being shot at? Come on. And you get there and you go, oh shit, no, these are actual objects. And I can't tell you what they are because paranormal, it's spiritual. The governments themselves don't know what these objects are. I believe they're here. The lights, one of the light beings that we're talking about, or UFOs, because there's a whole lot of phenomena happening around the world, and not one of these lights are possibly the same being or even the same UFO from the same person that built it or that it's operating it. There's lots that the humans are going through right now. An ascension, you say? Yeah. Well, we are evolving at a ridiculous pace, and people now, even with artificial intelligence, it can be used. Artificial intelligence can be used to help us be smarter and to choose words differently, to be able to, express thoughts and whatnot. But understand the words. Understand the words. I think the best way to explain my research is by not being a physicist, by not being an actual accredited astronomer. That sort of gives me a punch when I say that, but it's true. It's true. Nor am I a ufologist from any association, but it's what I've been doing for the past 7 years, studying in ufology. And don't forget, I'm doing it based on my work, the findings in my own research. I'm seeing so many lights. It remains an interesting subject. I think we're lucky to be able to see all these UFOs that I'm capturing without getting the channel taken down. It's been taken down before, by the way. Hey, how's it going, my friend? Hello to you. Mike Thomas is here. Astoria, Oregon. Never heard of Astoria, Oregon. Of course. Thanks a lot, you guys. I appreciate that. Really appreciate that again, my friends. Flubber Lane. Who else is here? Ken Ash is in the house. Geez, I think I'm seeing a couple of new names. So I thank you very much. I always feel like romper room when I say this. I see Ken. I see Susan. Hey, Susan, how are you? Nice to see you. Hello, Bruce, and all. Happy Hump Day. Gotta activate lurk mode. I have a fun, or no, sorry, have fun. I was gonna say I have fun because lurking can be fun too. Absolutely, Susan. Thank you very much for being here. The banjo is going well. I'm going to have to start learning now how to roll. So they say with the banjo, have to get used to the notes first, which is absolutely true. I still have to get used to a lot more notes. But I guess I have an advantage having played, like you, the guitar. So that means that with the banjo, it's just a matter of changing chords, but it really is confusing because a C is completely not what a C is on a guitar. They are all different. Of course, being in the open G is always a little fun. If you're playing a jig in G, well, the guitar is already tuned in G, so you can still do it with a regular guitar. That's for sure. We have Stephen A is here. Right on, man. Maybe it's being fixed. Anika's in the house. Hello, Anika. How are you, my dear friend? I waited 7 minutes on purpose. YouTube me better. Yes, well, that's how it is. Maybe some of you, like I think Susan, a couple of you, Jules, that said, even Darla, sometimes you guys come in, it says, that I'm not live streaming, and then you get on and you say, hey, how come there's already people here already talking? Where was I when this started? Because YouTube goes and jumps around, I guess, jumps up and jumps up and get down. Goes and gets a whole bunch of people in a bunch of different countries. So yeah, learning sign language. Crazy. Eh? I love languages. I'm telling you, it's a little mixed up between the sign language, the Chinese and Spanish and, and English and French, and trying to learn, there's a whole bunch of things to be able to communicate with everybody. It'd be fun if we all just had one universal language instead of having to do hand gestures. That means welcome to class. I made a mistake. So awesome. Who invented those languages? You think it's something recent that all the languages that we're using right now were very recent? Probably not. Here since the beginning of time. A black pyramid in Alaska. We have a lunar landing with an object that is as big as a large golf cart that's going to with 6 feet and legs that's going to land on the surface of the moon. As for the area of where they're going, Amortac A, is it? I think it's Amortac A or something like that. I will go over. It's near Shackleton Crater, if I'm not mistaken. Well, because of libration, something that I mention a lot here, which is very interesting, libration and the optical illusion that things are lying down. Once in a while, because the moon has a tilt and wobble, we get to see the South Pole and the North Pole a bit more during the phase, depending on how tilted the moon is. And when the moon tilts itself enough, we're able to see the area exactly where the crater where Elon Musk is going to land was 20 hours. And now it could be just maybe 10 hours away. I'm not sure exactly what time. We'll just check that later. I'll give you guys a heads up on what's happening. We have the lunar eclipse that's coming. That's not ever going to happen again for another over 80 years. But hang on. It doesn't mean there will be no eclipse for 80 years. There'll be lots of them, but a total lunar eclipse. Some of you, us that will be on the main path from Maine and all that in the States, we'd have to check all the states, will be able to analyze the actual shape of the moon, by the way, sorry, there I go again on the moon, of the sun. Did you all know that the sun is not round? Here we go. It's not. Well, that's what they said. That's what they're saying. And you'll be able to see, NASA's telling you guys to go on the website. I'm not going to talk about the website, but to be able to analyze and help them with monitoring the moon. I would suggest just watch it. And there we go again. I said the moon, right? There's something up with the moon. The sun, the sun, the sun, the sun. Had a big enough sunspot this morning as I looked on it. Hey, European satellite from the space agency was detecting a satellite that was re-entering Earth's orbit, was supposed to come into orbit actually today. I don't know if they're going to talk about it or if they're going to tell us exactly where it crashed or if it did at all come in. There was supposed to possibly be as much as a delay of 4 hours after that for the re-entry, which always pisses me off when that happens, because whenever there's some type of re-entry coming in, it's either at a bad time where there's either no sky, or it's like in the middle of the night where you'd need like an infrared camera to see it, because debris going by in the middle of the night, don't even think of it. It's not refractive or reflective. You're not going to see anything. Debris going by. That's like asteroids in lower Earth orbit. Asteroids don't give out any illumination. They're not illuminated. They go by and very dark. You can hardly see them. You see a little sparkle once in a while from them. But aside from that, not much. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here. Darla's in the house. Anika, Stephen A. Odie dokie. Late in Ireland, but I have a question. Well, go right ahead, my up late friend. How come I see the moon here at 3 in the afternoon? What are they seeing in Australia at 3 in the morning? Not the moon. Moon is traveling around Earth, right? Because and it's locked in position, right? See, this is the funny part. The moon is locked in position, right? They say locked in position, but it doesn't mean that it's not rotating, because the moon is rotating like Earth is rotating. So they say. We don't know, but it's apparently so. And when obviously in Australia, when the moon's there, I'm not going to see it here. Don't even think of it. Absolutely not, right? If not, the moon would have to be in 2 places at once, right? So, but honestly, Odie dokie, I've done some tests with some people that are seeing the moon, and like I do it just even with my friends in the States saying, I'm like, hey, look, it's halfway up in the sky, and somebody not that far away seems to me in a couple of states further away is saying, well, it's just rising on the horizon. You're going, wait a fucking minute, what the hell? How can that be? You know, so we say, how come I see the moon here at 3 in the afternoon? So that's in Ireland. What are they seeing in Australia at 3 in the morning? Hope that makes sense. And it does absolutely make sense. So, you know, what you're asking is a very interesting question, is that, and I've done it myself, how far can the moon be seen? For example, when it's on the side of Earth, when it's over Earth, how, what's the extremity of the people on Earth able to see the moon? I would assume, I would assume that both sides could see it very far away. Like, for example, on the horizon or something like that. No, like the top and the bottom. If it's one side, look at it. The moon's out far on one side of Earth. The closer it would be to Earth, I guess the less pronounced that view would be, right? Unless, no, because it's not close enough to Earth, or ever will be close enough to Earth to have a difference, because it's, they say it's like from 298,000 to 400,000 kilometers, right? But that is a good question. You know, like I said, we'd have to get off of Earth and visually see for ourselves with our own eyes. I'm dying for a UFO report. There's over 100 whistleblowers. I hope you all know, not just 40 whistleblowers, over 100 whistleblowers that are ready to let her rip. First hand encounters, revealing everything about the secret retrieval, project that's going on. It's not a project; it's more like an association. This is a business, retrieving alien technology. Aliens exist, guys. No two ways about it. You keep doing what you're doing, Bruce. What the world exactly what's out there. We're not alone. Exactly. Thank you very much. So is Turdo going to resign or what? Bro, I freaking hope so. I freaking hope so. It's so bad what's going on. The States too, all the bull crap that's going on. And with Trump too, the bull crap that's going on. Absolutely ridiculous. $354 million. I'm not even going to talk about it. But anyways, ridiculous. We got Bill Blair here, defense in Canada, giving away our money to other countries again. But, won't talk about that either. Tom Goldie, hello. Rumble, Twitter, thanks for being here. Subscribe if you're on Twitter. Follow the channel. Help it grow. It's free. And only subscribe and follow the channels that you believe in or want to see thrive. Maybe that's why I'm not getting subscribers. Maybe not everyone wants to see me thrive. Little yellow laughter there. I do love questions. Absolutely. Absolutely. Joël Saint-Jean, un super gros merci. J'espère que tu vas bien. Ça a l'air que l'hiver est fini, Joël. Supposément, on devrait être capable de serrer nos pelles, mais attends encore une semaine pour voir qu'est-ce qui va arriver. It'll be fun if winter's actually over here. Sort of enjoying the climate problem. We'll be able to enjoy it for the first 15, 20 years, and then maybe things will get bad, maybe even before that. My brother, Fax 1987, thank you for being here and there, my friend. I appreciate that. Possibilities are endless. Thanks a lot, you guys. Seriously. Honestly, really appreciate it. You're probably all as pissed off as me, the fact that they're not admitting all of this. A lot of people don't think they're going to say anything. Stephen A. Facts 1987 doesn't think they're going to say anything. I'm telling you, I beg to differ. I really think that they will. Great work, Bruce. You're awesome. Ken Ash, thank you very much, man. Appreciate that. Thanks, Tom. Let's rock and rumble. I love every question. You can ask me a question like I was an artificial intelligent program. I spit out the answers just as fast. Trolls are on every platform. Who cares about them? You continue doing what you do best, exposing the truth. Right on. Agreed. Absolutely agree with that one. Ahoy, Brucelets! Auntie Honey is in the house. Thank you very much. Auntie Honey, that'd be a good motto for a campaign against Cheerios. We won't talk about that either. We're probably not allowed. Mr. William Shuttles is in the house. Hey, thanks, man. Pipes, Smoke on the Moon, really incredible. I thank you guys. Quite the time that I took to do it, to try to explain it properly. And if you listen to what I said, it's really a simple idea and theory. And of course, it's based on all the research of what I'm finding. Is it possible to set up pipes and to cause smoke? And finding out that it's even doing the research, it could even help. It would be a must, a necessity. And they're going to have to do it for the people going to the moon. They're not going to go to the moon. But if they do, they're going to have to do it. And it's always a matter, like, I'm not here to confirm whether there's microgravity or not up there. You're going to see that maybe some of you are surprised. Bruce even threw a theory with microgravity on the moon. How come? I thought he thought there was vegetation. Yeah, it's not about thinking. It's about what I'm filming. The possibility of there even being snow up there, or, weather up there. The moon is inside of the habitable zone. It's inside of Earth's atmosphere and oxygen, not just the atmosphere. Earth oxygen extends the moon by many, 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 many thousands and thousands of kilometers. So why would there not be any oxygen and, vegetation on the moon? I think it's a bit more than just moss. Give you a shout out on Concrete Podcast with Danny. Has never responded to his super chats, but hey, you never know. Absolutely never know, man. Listen, super chats of all things. Seriously, I praise them and am so thank you. But hey, listen, I was never rich, and I always just need enough money to be able to live and to advance. So bringing this out to the public is not going to make anybody rich, especially not me, but it's something that should interest millions more people so that we could grow this channel successfully and have a lot of more people attracted to the research. But hey, the research goes on, guys. UFOs shooting other UFOs. I hope you really saw properly the last video that I posted. I hope you see that there's at least 9 or 10 UFOs under the haze, and it's the same UFOs that I'm showing you with the fires around them. So that means there's a whole group of intelligent beings on the moon. Or you could say, well, maybe they weren't on the moon. Maybe they're just in space around the moon. Well, that's a friggin' lot scarier to think that it just so happens that I caught some people going to the moon. Like, we don't have several capsules going to the moon when they do a landing here, or do they? It's a theory. Another theory that I brought up last week, or just a couple of days ago, actually. Who says that when they have landers going up to the moon that they don't land 5, 6, 10, 15 landers to be able to successfully achieve one landing? Elon Musk is going to be doing tests, well, not himself, the SpaceX with the lander. They're going to be doing some dust tests, which I found very interesting. More than just interesting, I almost fell on my off my seat and on my ass on the floor, because I've been waiting all my life for them to mention any little thing about dusts on the moon. And they're going to try to have a camera, get this, to film the dusts, and 100 feet over the surface, launch out cameras sideways that are going to film the rover landing. You know why I'm excited? No, you don't. You know why? I declared that a real moon surface, you're going to have to see dusts, hazes, and smokes. So I also have a theory that I believe that the reason why he's going to be allowed to show that part of the footage, when you see dusts, haze, and clouds, he's going to say it's from the landing. But it might not necessarily just be from the landing. Listen, I confirm it. There are dusts and the hazes up there, but dust is, I got dust here. But it doesn't, yeah, it does actually lift up sometimes in the sun, but it doesn't lift up like in the Milky Way, right? And move around, and like I can't see through it or anything, But that's what we're seeing on the moon. So it's a lot more than just a dust on the moon, right? Absolutely. what I believe. Again, that's just my opinion. Robert, how are you, man? Lake Wilma Baker in the house. No, Lake Bruce, what the hell's wrong? Iski, sorry very much. Hello, Bruce, and everyone here. Thank you very much. Lake Wilma. Hmm. Artificial intelligence can be also evil things as well. Absolutely, I would say that it's more dangerous to be evil for sure, because it can do a whole bunch of things. It can fix your eyes. It can blind you. Yeah, they're using laser technology now, artificial intelligence satellites that are beaming. I mean, it's getting scary. It really is getting scary. Star Wars project back in the 80s, they were apparently blasting missiles out of the sky, and that was like when I was a baby. So can you imagine what they're doing today? It must be pretty drastic. Excuse me. Zabinator, thanks for the shout outs, my brother. Absolutely biggest telescope, scope. I show it all. People get so mad at me. Welcome, William Shatner. I mean, William Shuttles. AI can be used in malice ways as well. Oh, yes. Diana is in the house. Hiya, gang. Thank you very much, Diana. I appreciate you being here. Really appreciate that. SpaceX launches a commercial lander to the moon in a historic mission. In reality, it is the first private company to be able to land an object on the moon, no matter what they are landing on the moon, because we'd have to go back to 72, and before that, the Apollo 11, 1969. So whether they went or not, I have a 4K video up, by the way, just a couple of videos back. Check, scroll back a video 2 or 3 or 4 or 3, and you will see the clearest Apollo 11 surface that I ever showed. I looked in the footage, and that for me was the clearest I've ever seen, because there's a lot of 90-degree angles, a lot, and what looks like lines and pipes again inside of the mirrors. The mirrors have all the pipes. Mare fecunditatis, mare imbrium are connected, and from there you have a long line of pipes, all interconnected, parallel, running parallel to one another over top of structures, and then they go to a more massive pipe that goes to the bright craters like Copernicus and Aristarchus crater. They're producing some type of energy there, and whatever they're producing there, whether it's just a smoking device or they're actually producing through industrial production of, processing and whatever, distilling, whatever the hell they're doing up there, you see all these smokes and hazes. Would it not seriously be a perfect way to obstruct the surface? You could be sure as hell it would definitely be a perfect way to obstruct the surface. If successful, the lunar landing would be the first by a U.S. spacecraft since Apollo 17 in 1972, and the first commercial vehicle ever to touch down. A SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket launched a robotic spacecraft to the moon, and this was early last Thursday, I guess, setting up a landing on February 22nd, in a couple of hours, which, if successful, they say would be the first soft landing on the moon for the United States since the last Apollo missions, and the first commercial vehicle to touch down on the lunar surface. Where are they going? Right? The Falcon 9 rocket lifted off. Okay, so it was 1 in the morning. Of course, it's unseen. Eastern time, 1 in the morning from the launch pad, same launch pad, 39A. Wasn't that the 72 launch? No. Kennedy Space Center, the same pad from which Saturn V5 rocket hoisted the crew Apollo 17 on its trip to the moon in 72. The Falcon 9 carried a spacecraft developed by Intuitive Machines. These are names of companies that we want to withhold so that we can see in the future what relationship that they're going to have, and possibly a lot to do with the Artemis program, which was set back, by the way, in 2027. Why? Because the moon's flooded, maybe? Moon's too wet, monsoon season. They have to let it dry. Who Who knows, right? The mission is being carried out under a contract with NASA, of course, which paying Intuitive Machines 118 million to fly several of its payloads to the lunar surface. NASA sees the mission as part of its Artemis campaign to return astronauts there. So what are they dropping off? The cases of beer, obviously, ahead of time. Hours after the launch, the company said the spacecraft had established a stable attitude, solar charging, and radio communications contact with the company's mission operations center in Houston. So you see, they're going to have to hurry up because they're only going to have a couple of days of sunlight. So obviously, we'll hear the same thing as what they said about India, where they're going to go several weeks, almost a month in the darkness, and then after that they're going to regain whatever. I think after something lands on the moon, they're probably deliberately remaining still and not moving around too much, not to be seen. Because don't forget, are they actually landing on the surface of the moon with another being there? Or do we have humans there set up projects and in communication with humans here? Or is it an actual breakaway civilization that's, far before the Pentagon even ever existed, most likely, you know? Black pyramid in Alaska that could generate power for Canada entirely forever. A new thing, Linda Moulton Howe and a bunch of people are talking about. Well, I'll tell you what, they're just talking about it. So the interest in those stories, it pisses me off because it's just stories and nobody's showing actual footage or evidence or proof. I have a theory that aliens came here and set up the pyramids for free energy, and they were energy sources at the same time, most likely for them themselves to communicate here. Some mysterious, magical being. And I'm not talking about them, I'm talking about us as a magical being. I think we were very spiritual, right? And aliens came here to give us possibly some technology, maybe to keep us warm, right? To have the human race thrive and whatnot. And when I say these things, I don't, I take everything into consideration. I get it. Maybe we were created. Maybe the sun's our God. Maybe aliens are our God. Maybe our God's not alien and aliens don't exist and only people on Earth exist. I'm open to every possibility, but I don't spit on opening my mind to even eccentric, ridiculous to some theories, because I love opening my mind to the possibilities. There's no limits to what any intelligent being can do. The limits, I'll tell you what the limits are. There is a limit. The time, right? That's all. The way, the time. If we have a way to work faster, is it going to help us as a race become patient? No. I saw myself making a coffee. I didn't have time to make a coffee before the stream because I only had 10 minutes. 10 minutes to make coffee. Probably would have had time to make the coffee, eh? Back in the days, the kettle and everything, the water and stirring in the coffee. Can you imagine? We're used to everything being done so quickly. Everything that we do or that we want done has to be physically done or said. There's always a motion that has to be done. Aliens don't have to do that to travel. Aliens don't have to do that to even communicate. But is that true? Telepathic communication? Who says that they're that intelligent? Come on, guys. Who says that they're that intelligent that they don't even talk? They're just like, okay, communication, and they're like bzz, electrifying you and all that shit. That's like science fiction. Science fiction. Nobody has a proof of that. When people talk to me all my life since the beginning of the research, people talk to me about the alien beings. I've never flinched on the alien beings. The Ebens and the Greys, what Stephen Greer showed, maybe an image or two of a real alien. Okay, not too impressed. Be honest with you. Talking about the tall whites and all this, I mean, screw that. People are even posting images of them. What the hell's that all about? Until we see them there, you know. The UFO lights might not have anything to do with aliens, or they may have something to do with aliens. But I do possibly believe that the governments, especially the states, actually have not a friggin' clue exactly what those lights are, you know. Sure, they have their own craft flying around. Sure, they back engineered alien technology. That's been proven. There's some vehicles that were alien that crashed here that they took the propulsion system out and they put in some nuclear propulsion system or whatnot, to test it. Uh, there's also a different propulsion system in what Elon's setting up, actually. We're keenly aware of the immense challenges that lie ahead. Speaking of the intuitive machines landing, CEO Steve Altimus, by the way, is his name, said this in a statement. However, it is precisely in facing these challenges, head on, we recognize the magnitude on the opportunity before us to softly return the United States to the surface of the moon for the first time in 52 years. Here's the funny part. It's called the Nova C lander because I think they will never see the moon. I don't think it's going to land. Sorry, that's a little inside joke. It's called Odysseus, right, has instruments to demonstrate technologies that will enhance the efficiency, precision, and safety of future spacecraft landing, as well as investigate the surface. Oh, just jumped up here. Investigate the surface of the south polar region of the moon, which I will be getting some videos up of that region, by the way. Uh, Deborah Needham, a NASA program scientist, take it with a grain of salt, said in a briefing before launch. Whether they're liars or not, I still want to know what they're saying. NASA is largely just a paying customer in an endeavor being driven by the private sector, a commercial spacecraft being launched by a commercial rocket paradigm the space agency is increasingly relying on during its exploration campaigns in Earth's orbit, as well as beyond. But they haven't been able to get up, my friends. They haven't been able to get out of our atmosphere, by the way. 6 years ago, U.S. industry said they were ready for NASA to purchase robotic lunar landings as a service instead of us doing it ourselves, said Joel Kearns. Long story short, they want to hire people to land rovers for them themselves on the moon. The intuitive machines landing attempt follows one by another private venture. Astrobotic, remember that company, which launched its spacecraft to the moon last month, also under contract from NASA. Its landing attempt, however, was thwarted by a problem with the spacecraft propulsion system. It prevented it from reaching the surface of the moon. I guess somebody shot it or took it out. No, I'm just, NASA has acknowledged that some of the mission might fail, but its leaders say that expect to gain knowledge even from the failure and have lined up companies to make robotic landings attempts, or, in the words of its leaders, take shots on goal. NASA officials have said they hope that over the next several years, there could be at least 2 robotic missions a year to the moon as part of what it calls its commercial lunar payload services program. But what I was more interested in is, let's see the dust test that they were supposed to do here. There we go. Also carrying a NASA instrument designed to capture images of the dust plume kicked up by the spacecraft's engines. That'll be interesting to see, though, honestly. Since the space agency anticipates eventually landing multiple spacecraft close to one another, uh, it wants to better understand what effects landings have on the moon's surface and environment. Because, like I said in the last video, they don't want to disturb the natural environment and maybe not kill the jellyfish flying around. So we'll be looking for jellyfish. If we see they're landing on the moon, look for jellyfish flying off to the side. I'm not kidding. And so it's going to be taking a set of cameras. Oh, this is interesting. Watch this. It's going to cause the dust to really churn up and create a big plume of dust, said Susan Lederer, NASA's project scientist for the Intuitive Machines mission. And so it's going to be taking a set of cameras and looking down at the plume of dust as the plume of dust comes up. I'm crazy, guys. I am 100% sure that they have to only show dust coming up from a spacecraft to show the surface. If not, people are going to wonder why the hell is there dust flying around? I believe that you can't show the surface of the moon without showing dust, you know, unless getting under that layer of clouds, you could actually see the surface. Maybe it could be. I think there possibly are clouds around the moon. This will help future landers to be developed to better protect against the dusts that are being churned up. The spacecraft is also carrying a camera system designed by students and faculty from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, because it's just a riddle, right? That will be ejected from the spacecraft at about, like I said earlier, 100 feet above the moon's surface to take images of the vehicle during the landing sequence. Well, that will be interesting. So I don't know how that is going to go. Maybe not too good. Hey ho! Strum, strum that banjo. Home, home on the range. I like that one. Oh, please bring me home when the buffaloes roam. What's landing what where? Well, let's go see that. Let's go see it. They're going to the South Pole, just a little bit beyond Shackleton Crater. They're going into the Amertech. It is Malapert. Sorry, didn't mean to scream in there on y'all. It will land in Malapert A crater. That's about 185 miles from the lunar South Pole. Okay. And okay, which is one of the candidate sites for the Artemis base camp where human missions would land. So, yes, we have access, very limited access, especially I have a little bit more access with the 14-inch telescope to the moon to be able to see that. And due to libration, parallax, those are terms you want to look up. Very interesting. Libration, parallax, the optical illusion. So, what does libration and parallax do? What does it cause? Being on two different celestial objects, I'm on Earth, I'm filming the moon. The parallax and the libration is an optical illusion that objects are lying down. So, the part of Malapert A crater that we can see at times that due to libration in the southern pole, we're going to be able to view it, but we're going to have a little problem. And the problem is going to be an optical illusion of foreshortening. The foreshortening is the view that we're going to have of the object. So if a mountain's very high and a crater very wide and mountainous, we're going to see it very flat and very narrow, like a little line, basically. So in some of the very clear footage that I had of in 4K of the South Pole that I again just recently posted both here on Rumble and here on YouTube and Rumble, we can literally see not that far away from the Aikman Basin. So where they want to land in the future Artemis, well, it's going to be just there. Like I said, the Artemis Base Camp. So yeah, okay, we will be able to see things like by coincidence lights or whatnot. But I'm telling you, you know the size that I'm showing you UFOs, right? If I'm showing you a UFO that's a mile wide, I'm showing it to you as big as a pencil point. Literally, that's how big I show you a UFO. So if I'm to show you a capsule would be a little point in the center of the point of this. We probably would not see it, right? Probably definitely would not see it. But you know how it is. If they're experimenting there, or if they're going to have things sending things around the moon, the debris after the landing, it would be very cool for me tomorrow night to all of a sudden get a chance to go outside. It's going to be a drastic weather change here, so I should be getting some nights in. So Malapert hiccups. Malapert A crater is where they are said to land. So, and they blast it off. Hang on here. No, thank you. I don't want to say 50% off. I just want to read this. Okay, so now I want to sell me something. Too bad I had the whole article there that I wanted to read. And it's a private mission, by the way. SpaceX launches private Odysseus lander as U.S. shoots for the moon. Let's see here. Yep. Yeah. That's how it is. That's how the cookie's going to crumble. It must. Bam, 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 bam. Boom, boom, down, down, down. Whoa. Yes, Stephen A. The possibilities are absolutely endless. Froggy zombies in the house. I thank you very much. Please, thank you, Darla. Like, share, and subscribe. Lunar eclipse. I can't wait, says Stephen A. Yes. Kai, 517. You are 17 minutes late, IR. You are. Which is not too late, man. Just enough time for my coffee to get cold. Bruce, you've got to go further into the research. Remember him? He's back. Steven and the Seagulls, they pay banjo, Bruce, ACDC, etc. Yeah, I'll be playing a lot of stuff on the banjo. Massachusetts here in the house. I don't trust you guys up there because you got a lot of S's and secret societies and stuff in your name. Actually, there's only a double S in that. Just kidding, by the way. Hey, Barrie, Ontario here in the house. Home of Justin. I don't want to insult you. Is that it? Barrie, Ontario? I remember Justin saying, I'm from Barrie, Ontario. I remember him saying that one. I was like, what? Most likely you guys didn't like him and sent him away from Barrie, Ontario. This landing is just more of the fakeness. It can absolutely be, Gary, going on to keep the social order and, of course, the funding. Don't forget, if there's moon landings, they're going to need funding for the moon landings. The same way they needed funding, NASA's the one that chose the people to be in charge of Arrow and everything. Imagine how stupid that is. The ones that are hiding the UFO secret are the ones in charge of opening a crew team, group of people to raise funding to be able to do research on UFOs. It's not going to the UFO research. That's for sure. Or it's going into designing spacecraft along with Martin and Boeing and all the companies that are now fully involved. And I say now, I think it's been a while. You guys want to send me some alien parts, some kryptonite or something, and send that to Bruce Wards. Yeah, I was going to say Darla Lama. Not Darla Lama. Don't forget, I got the coolest gift. I'm going to be putting it in a frame, by the way. This is something you got to hang in your office. Alien State University, by the way, with a real registered number that you can look up. My graduate number, of course. I am now part of the alumni. So, in your face, trolls, I am a professional researcher. This is a doctorate of close encounters. So, exactly, right? You can tell me it's not a real certificate. Well, hey, listen, we live in an illusion. So don't tell me about fake shit. Hey, yeah, I thought that was really cool. Somebody sent me that. It was very thoughtful. Guard Raven, if the moon is so busy, no one from Earth will land there. Well, that's right. That's again, that is another theory, right? Like a lot of people say that they were warded off. A lot of you have told me that. Say, Bruce, they went to the moon and they were told, they were warded off or whatnot. Could very well be. Absolutely be. Sun's going crazy as well. Hope it doesn't blow. Absolutely. There's a pretty big massive sunspot, but it's not active facing Earth right now. But it wasn't when I went to see this morning. On the sun right now. Don't forget, they're announcing an EMP attack, impulse attack, but from the sun. Hopefully not. Yeah, that's pretty big. But again, currently there's no noteworthy space weather. There's always sunspots at all times on the sun, but hey, Gene Bob, thanks for the comments, man. Hi, all. Greetings from fastest Holland. I know, man. We're all embarrassed about our countries. I noticed that, guys and gals around the world. It's sad. It saddens me to see everybody doing that. I do the same with Canada. I'm embarrassed to fly that Canadian flag. I'm not embarrassed to be with Canadians, with real Canadians, but we're really being mocked by our own leaders in all of our countries. It's like a culture takeover. I was talking with my mother the other day. It's like a silent revolution. It's like a silent war going on, where it's an entirely new. Well, it's true. Everyone's talking about it. David Icke, Alex Jones. It's like a silent and different way of having a war. So what are we going to do? Well, easy. We're just going to say that we're not in a recession. We're going to say that there's no war going on. We're going to keep the silver balance at so many dollars per ounce, and we'll just keep the Dow Jones and everything going, and up and down, a few spikes on prices and stuff, but they will adjust, and it's all about money. Biggest problems on this planet, want to know what it is? Investors. That's all it is. It's the biggest problem in the entire world. I hit 49 years old. I understand that the story's not that hard to understand. It's the biggest problem is the power that the people had. So it's sort of weird that the people wanted to have power, and it is the outcome of the elites being rulers of the world. Was it because they were just amateur, regular public people, and no, it's a bloodline, right? It's the royals and all the shitheads, the ones that have rights and dibs and contracts for 100 years of owning land and whatnot. So a lot of contracts changed when the queen died and when her husband passed away, which like they almost died in the same week. I'm exaggerating there, but not that long ago apart, about the same ages too. And then we see a whole bunch of changes, right? The bullshit about the carbon tax, that's a lie. Just my opinion, because I know for a fact that scientists say that the truthful ones, that carbon, if it goes any lower than 0.3, I don't know what the reading is in the air. Like, okay, say now it's at 0.4 or 0.5. If it goes to 0.3, well, it's going to cause problems for our breathing and everything. It's, methane keeps oxygen low so we can breathe. There's a whole bunch of stuff for nothing. All that shit's around us. It's probably necessity, around Earth to make us survive there, right? They're playing God. That's what they're doing. They're definitely playing God and doing dangerous things. Yeah, and don't forget, don't get mixed up, hey guys. Let me see if I don't want to be wrong here. Because a lot of people mix up. I'm not saying you did, but a lot of people do. Let me see here. Yeah, the sunspot's going to be facing Earth. It's turning right now. For me here in Canada, it's already in the center of the sun. For you guys in the States, if I'm not mistaken, it's probably top left. And there's the coronal hole. Right now, it's not facing Earth. But when the coronal hole faces Earth, that they show a picture of the sun, and it's a ginormous hole, but that can't be seen with a solar filter. That's with a solar telescope, and to see the prominences and the flaring and whatnot, it's another wavelength. But the coronal hole, there's always a danger when it's facing Earth, and that there could be an explosion. Because you see, the sun's always exploding, eh? And before last time, because we just had one, a CME, two of them, the last time, a couple times back we had a coronal mass ejection. It was offset to Earth, so it just missed us. So at one point, of course, it's going to be facing Earth, and it's inevitable that it's going to blast us. We're getting radio communication problems in the poles, both in the southern pole and the north pole. At one point, like when that does happen, it's going to cause all problems. Okay, you can imagine satellites falling from the sky. Okay, if there's like 8,000 of them, some of them in geostationary orbit, some of them are not roaming around, some of them are roaming around, some of them are turning with Earth, some of them are turning not with Earth in their own orbits and whatnot. That's all going to come crashing down. Like the one that came crashing down today. I don't know if it did or not. Did it crash today? I wonder if it crashed. Let's see. Let's ask corrupt Google. Google's artificial intelligent image creator does not create white people. I repeat, does not create white people. I thought that was pretty funny. You got to laugh at everything that's going on, eh? Because you know what? The people on Earth that are black and white, we don't fight. That's basically what's going on. 90% we don't. And the governments and Google are making it look like, gosh, the blacks, the whites, we hate each other, we can't stand each other. But then you go to a daycare and you drop off your white kid with somebody black watching your kid, and the black person finds the baby cute, and everyone's interacting fine, and vice versa. A black person can drop it off to a white person. That's really how I see things going. Because here in my town, I've never in my life ever heard anyone talk about black people in a bad way. Obviously, it's sure there's racist around there, but the internet makes it look like it is a freaking lot worse. And there's the paid actors. When they talked about that, the paid actors, boy, that was a surprising one. Do you remember when we saw there was a case? I'm not going to talk about Sandy Hooks in case I go to jail. Anyways, certain events are happening and we're seeing the same actors reappearing, like some guy in Connecticut, and then all we're there in Kalamazoo, and then all of a sudden, you see that guy at another place. You're saying, well, wasn't he a person, doing that? And then you see him on a hair commercial the next day, and like, what the hell's going on? Are these actors? Like the Hollywood actors, they're done. Hollywood actors are completely done. I'm telling you, this is all related to the UFO. Don't hurt the children. And that's what's coming out with the UFO reports. It's nothing pleasant. We're all anxious for the UFO report to come out, and it's nothing nice to hear about. Oh, well, would you look at that? European satellite crashes into the Pacific Ocean between Alaska and Hawaii. We were just talking about Alaska and the Black Pyramid. A European satellite has crashed back to Earth today, according to a brief statement released by European Space Agency. The ERS-2 Earth observing satellite crashed in the Pacific Ocean between Hawaii and Alaska at 17 a.m. time, 12:17 p.m. Eastern time. Wow, 6 hours ago. Okay. While most of it was expected to burn up in a fiery re-entry through the Earth's atmosphere. That's why I was outside this afternoon hoping, what the hell? Hoping that I could get it in the sky, which is a fat chance, but burned up in a fiery re-entry through the Earth's atmosphere. It is not known if any remnants reached the surface. The re-entry occurred within 5 minutes in the last updated crash forecast. So Earth observing satellite was launched by European Space Agency in April 1995, for those that were curious to know as to when that satellite was launched. That's very interesting. Hi to all the mods. Tom Goldie, thanks again, man. And thanks for the comments. Thanks for watching. Darla, you said it. You said a mouthful. Honk, honk, honk. No farmers, no food. The truckers Yeah, listen, even Trump is accepting, he's backing it. Well, I couldn't say backing, he's supporting it, actually, the boycott. So, unfortunately, beautiful people of New York, which is so sad because they're the ones going to be paying the price. But in reality, truckers aren't going to bring shit to New York anymore. And there's a lot of big investors, billionaire investors that were on the horn this morning talking about how they are not going to invest the big projects that were supposed to happen in New York. They're not going to be investing there anymore. Thanks for the contributions, you guys. Elias Vahatla in the house. Thank you very much. Are you picking and rolling that banjo, brother? And Crazy Music Space Jam just got a banjo, guys. We'll be doing the dual banjos in 7 or 8 years, him and I. Thank you, Crazy Music Space Jam. Luke, Nathan, and Lynn. White, how are the Whites doing? The White family? Eh? What a coincidence. The White family and their way too. Yeah. Luke, isn't it a taboo subject talking about race and color? It's so sad because we see everyone on the streets are able to have a simple conversation about it. I sure am. I got nothing about, I'm not racist for 2 cents. You know, as a matter of fact, I get sort of excited and interested when I meet someone that has a very different culture and background. I'll try to learn from absolutely everyone. Nathan, sorry, Luke, thank you so much, man. Aleaos and Crazy Music Space Jam, thank you guys so darn much. Farmer's Rule, I bought 6 kilograms of steak last week. That's another thing, buy local. Stop ordering hors d'oeuvres and oysters from China. It happens here, right, Darla? Sometimes we go to the grocery store and you look at something and you're like, what the hell? Apples from Iraq? What the hell's going on? Okay, maybe not the apples there, but no, I'm not. I'm not kidding you. Like stuff from the other end of the world. At one point, I don't know what it was from China. Like no. I want local. I'm not going to buy grain from China when Canada's national anthem at 6 in the morning that used to play many hundreds of years ago was just a big Massey Ferguson tractor with double wheels picking up grain to show that Canada has grain coming out of our ears. There's no grain here. Russia owns a grain right now, right? Russia owns a grain. Um, China owns a pharmaceutical. It's a shit show, a real shit show. Thank you very much, Mr. Kai. Hey, Alex, how are you, my brother? Free Zay in the house. Hello. Thank you very much. Same Gene Bog. Gene Bog. You said bugs. Gene Bug. No. Gene Bob. No bugs for me. Absolutely, Satinator. They're going to have to be prepped because the truckers are literally going to starve them. The truckers and the farmers together are the reason why we live. And they even are needed by the elites because the elites, even less than us, we're able to go to the grocery store and get our own food and not have it delivered. Not the elites, though. Klaus Schwab can't go. Can you imagine somebody drop kicking him in the temples going to the grocery store to walk in to pick up a bag of Doritos or something? Can you imagine these people? They can't be in public ever, like literally ever, ever, ever in public. Boo man. Boo man. Okie dokie. My pleasure, guys. Thanks for always coming back. I see you guys here a lot. I really appreciate it. Viewing thing from the moon gives you different perspective. Yes, absolutely. Just an idea. That's why if you're talking about the hypothesis, that's why I wanted to really indicate that it was just a hypothesis. Yeah, we're always locked. 70 comments, 70 people watching, right? That's how it is. They lock the channel. That's important. You guys know that. Give me a second, guys. Let's have more coffee. So I just added more. Little hot, a little bit of steam you see rising up. Not as much steam as on the moon. Swamp gas my ass. That's for sure. Oop, that's a little too hot. My 6 spoonfuls are a little too warm. We just need confident people to run countries for a change. Absolutely. You know what I'm down for? For hiring people in town, random people to run shit. And then if those people don't do the good job, we hang them in public. Just a nice way of being able to no shit regulations. No one's going to want to apply for the job, knowing that if they don't do a good job, they'll be hung in public, right? Let's bring back the guillotine. I'm sorry there. Maybe there was a reason for back in the day for having that shit, but maybe people weren't so bad. 40 lakes. LA, I am loving the no snow myself. Absolutely. We got some here in the last 2 days, was the first friggin' winter, so it's done here. Winter ain't done in Quebecistan. Well, they say it, Froggy. No, seriously, it's over. Like it was -20 yesterday. Tomorrow it'll be 5 for the rest of the year. It's done. Won't see any cold weather. Except if you're in the end of Quebec. If you're in the end of Quebec, you will be buried like in the time of the dinosaurs when they died with the vegetation still fresh in their mouths. Yeah, probably. Quebec is like that. For me, I'm done. I'm not going to have any shit here. Winter is completely over. I had to shovel once this year. Imagine. That was it. Yes, competent ones. Share, like, subscribe, my friends. I will eat dirt if they do. Oh, yeah, well, I prefer dirt than bugs. Hauser C, good evening. Rumble, thank you very much for being there, man. Ho ho! Follow my nose. Another fun journée d'apprentissage. Pour Elias. That's a little hot, even fogging the glasses there. He's okay for the next hour. Good. Thanks for being here, man. Who else is here as I scroll down? Yeah, Stephen A says we were kicked off the moon. It's a theory I can't spit on, man, to be honest with you. What kind of shock would it be to humans to find out that we're not alone? And what other life forms try to communicate without causing conflict? And what other life forms try to communicate without causing conflict? Well, yeah, listen, that's a hell of, those are good questions. Well, I'll tell you what kind of a shock. I don't think the world is going to be shocked. It's funny, eh? I really don't see the world being shocked. I see the world being angry. I see NASA and the elites being shocked by the world's reaction when people turn around and say, "You lying sacks of shit. Why did you tell us that all this was up there and there was nothing up there and that you didn't do anything up there and that all this is there?" Why would they hide that? Nefarious reasons or not, there's no reason for them to hide all that shit from us. Thanks a lot, man. Most colorful footage you'll see on the internet, guys, is right here. You want to see a colorful moon? Recent video, I showed water on the moon in theory, but live. Okay. It's ice, most likely, running right over Clavius crater. And you know what we're going to do? This summer, I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you what happens to the ice because now we're going to be able to follow the ice to see where it's flowing on the surface, if it's freezing and changing positions. So I marked what crater to what crater inside of Clavius crater that we're seeing that green. And we're going to try to see if there's a difference in that width of it or if that's what's going to change to brown. Because don't forget, it's only been a couple of years and NASA said the moon was turned brown. They have no clue, by the way, why. No clue why it's oxidizing because it should not be oxidizing with the solar winds from the sun protected. That's all protected. Earth's protected. But then again, it's the magnetosphere, I think, protecting Earth from that. There's none, they say, on the moon, and that's why solar winds are bombarding the moon. That's why they have on the moon, they say the first 10 feet of the whole surface of the moon is helium-3. So yeah, that's what they want to go there and mine, right? So they say. But here on Earth, we go get altitude sickness. So absolutely, we go up Mount Everest or whatnot, and we get altitude sickness in a plane and whatnot. So you can imagine being on the moon. Well, like, could you imagine your ears bopping on your way to the moon? Pick, pock, pow, pow. Must be something going on for sure there as you're trying to leave Earth's atmosphere. But that's the exact thing. People say you can't leave Earth's atmosphere. Some people say they may be right, but going to the moon, who says you're leaving Earth's atmosphere? If you're going to the moon, you're in Earth's atmosphere. You're in Earth's oxygen too. Maybe going to Mars is leaving Earth's oxygen area. Maybe. Who knows? For all we know, oxygen's getting all the way over there. I am also on Rumble. If you guys didn't know, head on over and subscribe because we don't get subscribers there. 600, hey, Anika, 600 subscribers on Rumble. And we just got the 100,000 plaque here. So it gives you an idea of how many people are actually watching a channel. There's like 200 or 300 here watching a channel that come back. And we got like an extra new, maybe 1,000 people coming from Rumble. Not Rumble, sorry. There's nobody from Rumble here. Analytics says nobody from Rumble comes over to the YouTube channel. It's more or less that people here, you amazing people, are going over to the Rumble. Too bad. We're going to find out. I believe it. I do believe we are going to find out. 100%. 5:30. Let me scroll down here. Am I that far? Sabby, yes, was watching Redacted. They cut it when Turdo was being drilled. Is he ever hated, eh? Turdo is definitely hated. I hate him. Sorry, but it's true. Yeah, that's an interesting thing. As a matter of fact, maybe it's auto cleaning. Maybe it's a not only free energy, but a clean energy. Or get this, what if the energy all around the pyramids are black and we can't see it, like a negative energy? Why do you think the government's experimenting with all those different wavelengths? Oh boy, I'll tell you why. Because they want to see all the living organisms and beings that are around Earth. There must be a shitload of them. As a matter of fact, I would say, where are they holding these skulls? Are there any skulls on Earth? You know what pisses me off is that I see a lot of stuff online that you never know if it's real or not. In the basement of the Vatican, they show a bunch of elongated skulls. You'll never know if it's real or not. It's somebody, just make up that ideal or not. And they show it online. And it's like you look at it and you go, yeah, it looks like the basement. Is it really the basement there? Are there really alien skulls down there? Lots of lies out there. And you don't have to completely hide the truth ever on any subject online. But it's a good idea to integrate a little lie, a convincing lie that you integrate into the truth that fucks up the truth for everyone. Sorry about that, everyone. Yeah, so listen, you guys come here. Hey, there's one comment yesterday. One guy says, why the hell do people come here to listen to you talk for 2 hours? I said, because it's people that watch the videos. And sometimes after, a whole week of watching the videos, it will happen at one point that someone will be curious. Don't you find it's not normal that in the section here, well, not you guys already asked me the questions, you know what's going on. But is it not normal that there's not new people here asking, like, what size of scope are you using? How the hell did you get that? Are you working with someone? Are you a professional? Do you work for the government? Are you an agent? That's what everybody says. Bruce is an agent. It's a compliment. If somebody thinks that I'm an agent, it's because I must be doing some good work. Thank you very much. Some agents are government whistleblowers. As a matter of fact, it's a government whistleblower that talked about the Black Pyramid. Black Pyramid. There you got soot there, maybe, man. You know what I mean? Imagine, Stephen A, if that Black Pyramid is black because it heated up. You know, maybe that's what dries Earth. You know, maybe it's aligned with just one passing celestial object that goes by once every 10,000 years. It's, I don't know. I don't think in my life I've ever been astonished by the fact that, or even really curious about who our God is, or, who's on the moon. I just always sort of knew there's a whole bunch of beings out there in the universe, like lots, good and bad, good and bad. Some of them have clashed. If we talk in theory, we can assume that some of them maybe have clashed. Maybe some of them have created alliances also, right? But before a race, you know, will land on another being's planet to help them or to malevolently kill them, what would be the reason to want to travel around the universe to kill people or even gather technology? I don't see it happening. I see it happening maybe millions or billions of years ago. Like, I mean, there maybe is some truth to the ideal of that at the beginning of a civilization, people are primitive savages, or is it? I don't know anymore. I think I'm myself indoctrinated by all the trends and ideals that are here on our planet. I'm trying to break away from it. It doesn't mean I'm trying to deny everything the government's saying. People can't think that. You have to take all information that's being said by no matter who's saying it, and just take all the information that you need from it. That's the way I look at it. I don't take my information by lying news media, but if CNN's talking about Trump or something, you could be sure I'm going to sit down with a coffee and have a good laugh to go see, just for the fun, what they're saying. They will show the truth, which is the talk of Trump, and then they add, the reason why he said that is because of that, and the reason why he was going to do that is because he's going to want to do that. That's the lying part. So when you go on any news media and you listen to what they're saying, don't listen to what they're saying. Just listen to the live parts. I'll do that all over news media. Oh, what's happening? Oh, there's fighting in it. I put down the volume and I look to see what they're doing. Oh, look, it's Brazil. Okay, what the hell's going on? I try to come up myself, with an ideal of exactly what's going on. I think everything related to the UFO secret is that it's the moon. I believe that they set back the launch to go to the moon because they're going to bring out the report before 2027. I hope the hell they do. I really hope the hell they do. What's the difference between black pyramids and the ones that are not black? Really odd. They knew so much back in the day about minerals and magnetism and stuff. Maybe it is the aliens that gave them all that information. Somebody asked me, he goes, what would you present to an alien if an alien landed and you had to go into a craft, Bruce? What would you bring in the craft? Somebody asked me that and I laughed. There's two things. My guitar, which will they'll either like or hate me right away with. And not the banjo. I'll go slow. I'll bring like the guitar, okay? But you know what I would present to an alien? Hit me right away. Minerals, stones, maybe one of my crystals and stuff. I think there's a communication that can be done with other beings, and I think that that's how the first beings met. Imagine if they were both not evil, like if the humans were prepared just to literally listen to what the aliens did. I think that the first communication with any race that does not understand each other, but that are both evolved but different languages, would have to be a present, a gift from one alien race that would give a gift to Earth of something that we either have and cherish and need, or something that we don't have and that would advance our civilization, so that every time an alien would come down to the planet, they would be welcome. Maybe the aliens needed a parking spot. Hey, truckers need parking lot to pull over and sleep in sometimes. Maybe aliens have to come park in barley fields to remain there stationary for a couple of hours before they head off to another dimension. But, maybe it sounds ridiculous to some people, but I really don't think it is ridiculous. I think the aliens that are coming here, guys, are scientists. I think they're studying our atmosphere, they're studying our agriculture, they're watching the elites and the governments of all the countries to be sure that we're not killing off the entire or exploding the planet. They're not going to let us send out any bombs out in space because, like I said, back in the 80s and probably possibly even before that, aliens were taking out rockets. Don't forget, a UFO has taken out a rocket missile before. Okay. If that happened once, if ever nuclear missiles start roaming around Earth, what do you think the aliens are going to do? They're going to shoot them down. There's no way in hell that we're going to see another nuclear bomb here. I think we're being protected right now. But again, that's just my opinion. But I actually believe that. I believe that 100%. Definitely the drone. And now with the beautiful temperatures coming, a couple thousand now saved up, guys, and I'm anxious to go and get that drone. I am anxious to go and get that drone, and we're going to be using it like a madman. I'm going to be able to do. I'm anxious to see what a UFO looks like with the infrared drone, because I'm going to be able to have it stationary or hovering over where the lights are, and well, we mentioning it from where I am here. The one I'm going to buy, it goes 100 kilometers an hour. I'll be able to race down in 30 seconds where the UFOs are and to film them there to see if I can get one clearer, see if the view is going to be different from my infrared camera, maybe install my infrared camera. We'll see. Thank you very much, Anika. I appreciate that. The man of my word. Can't wait to get that drone. Randy, thanks a lot, man. Hey, y'all. Bruce, when do we meet? Come on, X will come on, X will set something up. Yeah, man. When will we meet? Anytime, brother. Any damn time, man. You can go for a cold one anytime. In a couple days, coffee, cold one. Have to come on screen next stream on the French channel this weekend, man. Viens en ligne sur screen, man, pour qu'on jase de ça. Thanks, man, for going on the Rumble, Elias. Commercialized space. That's exactly what they're doing. That is exactly what they're doing, commercializing space. Don't forget your thumbs up for the channel, says Elias on Rumble. I thank you very much for that. People, t'as-tu un wrench sur Rumble, man? The wrenches, I was being very careful because people have access to taking down comments. Please, mods, do not touch any of the comments, no matter how racist or bad you see a comment, because I don't get to see them if not. I'll write that down. Hold on here. Hold on. Hold on. 70 watching. Where are the people laughing? Boom, boom, just an illusion. Could have been a bit boom, they're just an illusion. Hey! Betty's in the house. Thank you very much, Betty. Bruce from Niagara in the house. Thank you very much. Very beautiful Niagara. Odiente Alex. And get the pull, my man. Yeah, we'll do it really soon. I'm after this. I have a phone call to do. I don't think I'm gonna have a time to go on to the X right away. But yeah, man, let's set something up. What's the date? Wednesday, or Friday on the English stream. Come on afterwards. En direct, man. On set quelque chose up, like soon. I have never taken more than a 3 hour ride away from here doing the work. I don't know if you knew that. I am doing this 24/7. I can't wait to go and set up some areas in Valleyfield to look for some areas where I will be able to see if there are any lights. Because, Alex, you're going to be my eyes in Valleyfield. You're going to tell me if you see them in the north, if you're seeing them in the east, or whatnot. You're going to buy a compass. Right on, my man. Thank you. I only have two people that write me on Twitter, man. You got you and I think Stoned Ape, another girl that comes here. It's weird, eh? I don't. Platforms don't usually work wherever I go. Yeah, head of the headhunters, Sammy M. I really do. It is me, LA. Thank you very much, LA. Sammy M. Yes, I want to see the dark side of the moon. Well, I'll tell you what. Oh damn. Give me a second, guys. Again. The damn bathroom light. The neighbor has a garage light and it goes on and off all night. It must cost her a fortune in electricity. Every raindrop, it goes off. Every rabbit that goes by, it goes off. Every cat or squirrel that goes by, it goes off. Every time a car goes by, it goes off. The wind makes the light go off. So I'm upstairs. I'm a light sleeper, and all you see is I look like that hotel that was across Kramer's room on Seinfeld, the big red sign. Annoying, but that's how it is. Darla Lama in the house on the Rumble. Thank you very much. Helium-3 on the moon that could power us for centuries. Yes, Froggy Zombie. If we could grab 1 ton inside of a capsule, bring it back, it would generate all the energy that the United States needs for an entire year. And they could continually do that back and forth. It'd be very stupid to do a couple of trips back, you know, think of it. As a matter of fact, maybe that's what the aliens are doing. Like they're using the moon for firewood, like we would cut down trees. Well, they're just taking all the dirt, all the helium-3, maybe mining it. Poof, poof, pass. Star Hunter, how's it going, brother? In the house. Thank you very much for being here. Jellies, jellyfish galore. Absolutely. They exist. LA, thanks for that thumbs up. Gorehound in the house. Thank you very much. Welcome. Aussie Sue is here. That is totally awesome. Ree. About to go get TJ, but I'm staying on. Right on, my brother. Going back to PooTube. Welcome back, Darla. That was 5:46. Oh, geez, I'm that late. Okay, I'll scroll down here. Keep up to date, Bruce. Bruce, scroll down. Biggest problem is that men and women do not know how they really are. That is true. That is true. And they're trying to screw us up even more by chopping off our peckers and taking the breast off our. Anyways, I won't. Crap at this game. Right on. The alien grays love usury. Hey, Montreal in the house. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Sorry for the long wait. Hope you're still here. Yeah, you said it. China. Living in the backbreaking hard work of taxpayers, so outdated. Erg. I do not like monarchies. Exactly what they're doing. That's what they're doing to us. Manio. Right on, man. It is all a lie at 6:01. Still scrolling down here. Only 80 watching. Surprise. Yeah, radio blackout. That's would be very scary. Going to be minus 15 in Montreal Friday. Sorry. It won't. Please come back Friday. And if it is, it's the last day. Winter's over, guys. Do you know that you won't see any more snow? You got 3 days of cold, and then you're going to be able to take the pool out. Guaranteed. Sorry. I'm always right, Froggy. Come back on Friday the next day. Let me know what the temperature is. Winter is over with. I know I saw a groundhog see a shadow. It's got to be over. I predicted it last year with the sun. Remember, guys? Before it was even mentioned. Yeah. Well, a lot of humidity now, and it's going to be a lot of rain this summer. We're going to have a cold summer. Winter is over. And like I told you, in a couple of days, it's the last cold. Go back to the beginning of the stream. That's exactly what I said. We have a couple of days of cold, then we're back to +1 degrees. As a matter of fact, you say it's going to be minus 15. Well, listen, if you live in Nunavut, buddy, okay. But in my end, you don't live anywhere the hell near me because it's going to be 5 degrees. I'm going there right now. It's going to be 3 and rainy. Poor you, minus 15. There'll be no snow here. And the next days, tomorrow, the 0th Wednesday tonight, -5. That's in the evening. High of -1 Wednesday evening with some rain in the low of -5. Thursday over to Thursday, some more rain. Afternoon high of 1 degrees, -2 in the evening. Thursday, 5 degrees, 3 degrees at night. Thursday evening, 3 degrees. Yeah, it's going to be like +1 in the night into the next one. Like raid, like at 3 in the morning, it'll be 2 degrees. So it's going to be beautiful here. We'll see. Maybe the next day it'll be -15. But winter is over. How could you go? Sorry, I'm not predicting the weather. Winter is over. Do you guys know that I've never in my effing life in February had only this much snow? It doesn't happen. It's historical. It's in the news right now. Actually, if you go on Meteo Media and you look in Montreal, we made history because winter is officially over in the next couple of days. The vortex is missing us. It's you guys in the States are going to freeze your ass off, and we're going to get a lot of hot weather being pushed down. So, looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. And it continues. Friday, it's going to be 6 degrees. Saturday, you said -15. It's Saturday night at 2 in the morning. It'll be -15. When you get up with your coffee, it'll be 4 degrees. The next night, -2 because it's nighttime. Then it'll be 12 degrees. That's Tuesday. Then Wednesday, it'll be 15 degrees. Then Thursday, it'll be 17 degrees. We are done with the winter because March is in 8 days. Not many storms in March, that's for sure. Faux show. Repeating yourself. First I see you. Carol, hello. Welcome. You're welcome to repeat yourself. Where would you repeat? I don't see you anywhere, and I'm all the way up to like 540. There's nowhere that Carol spoke on here. Isn't that unfair for me, who's a host, trying to? You guys want to hear me yakking and clacking the piano? Well, actually, there's only one piano video. Playing a guitar, singing songs, harmonica, banjo now. Head on over to Bruce's Music and subscribe to the channel. I'm so close to being at 1,000 subscribers, I'll be able to monetize my channel and make my own music. The trolls have been blocking me ever since. So head there, it'll piss off a troll. Help me grow, guys. Make the trolls lose their hair and stuff. I mean, that's my goal. Making them lose their hair. Is it that evil? Am I that bad? Solar activity plays hell with my spinal implant. Hey, bro, I believe it. It runs off an iPad. Interference in the city. Oh, wow. And I hope your spinal implant doesn't friggin' run off an iPod there. Sure misunderstood that. Anybody heard about the industrial action with TransLink in Northern Ireland and the rest of the UK? I have not, brother. We have to check that out. Another recurring story, or something happening in Ireland. If it wouldn't be for you, man, giving me information about Ireland, I probably wouldn't know what the hell's going on there. Hey, I hear you, man. Some people have problems, man. All platforms, and some people have better on Rumble. I'm not doing too good on Rumble. I mean, I posted over 600 videos, and I didn't even make $18. This will be ridiculous. Hey, Brian, thank you. I'm Bach, and I play music. Hey, thanks, Elias. I'm the banjo master, guys. Check me out. No, my God. Hey, Kai, right on, brother. Le Turdo, head faire the dumpsters. Yes. Thank you very much, Shanika. You guys want to support my channel, you can become a patron. You can become a member here. You can give a super chat like some people have done here. You can leave with the thanks button on the video at Christmas time or my birthday. It just went by. It's still close. $1 if you like a video throughout the year, or just the thumbs up. Comment always helps the channel very much. Holding industrial action due to not being paid right. Oh, so that could be a good thing, right? Upcoming lunar landing. Hours away, guys, from a lunar landing. We are hours away. And yet again, had some fun tonight. As always, thank you very much, everyone, for coming in. Food control, mixing of societies, superpowers, Super V, CBDC. Yep. A strong impression the lunars are coming for us. Ongoing population change like Neanderthals. Hope not, but yeah, God Raven. You know, all these theories for me are all interesting because you really never know what the hell's going on. Yeah, Brian. I think it's more something like that, my friend. Bruce, have you heard anything about Kanzik lately? How amazing it would be for visa-free travel and trade deals between us. What the hell is Kanzik? 100% funded by donors just like you. Help us advocate for Kansas by making online. Well, what is it though? Kansas International. Nope, didn't know about them. Traveling from Dublin to Belfast with these industrial actions are proving to be an issue. Myself and a friend of mine are planning on going to Newry County down in April. Right on, Luke. Yeah, how is travel, man? You got to be careful these days, eh? When you're traveling, we don't know where the hell we're going, eh? I had to use a bungee cord as a belt today because I forgot mine like a dumbass. Surprising how well they work, though. Eh? You're like, I don't even need a belt. This bungee cord rocks. It hurts me less than the belt. The Enterprise train, for example, is pure luxury. Now I'm jammed. My mouse is out of fuel. Good thing it's not solar, eh? Only be able to use a mouse in the sun. Okay, that's empty, I guess. We had fun yet again. Well, I had fun. I always have fun when I come on. Find it very sad that only 70 people come to the stream after having opened Rumble and Twitter. It's impossible that 4,200 people. You guys know that I get 30, 40 subs a day on Twitter. And then the day that Peter Benton came on to attack the channel, which he was coming at the streams, it's been good. We were able to block him with the mods. Thanks, mods. But since the day that he came, there are no views on all the platforms. You'd be surprised the little channels that are doing hacks. You can always tell if someone's a good hacker. It's often people that like the buttons, that have little gadgets like that like clicking the buttons. He'd be a good operator. That's exactly it. I don't believe with the people that are on Twitter that 70 people are watching me. So that would mean there's only 20 people watching me on my YouTube. That's fucking crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And I hope I'm a thorn in the side before I get off here to each and every one of you trolls, because I'm not making any revenue here. I'm making a minimal amount of it, and I'm always going to be here. If I have to go pump gas and cut grass this summer, like I did last summer, a couple of extra dollars, I will continue to get this research out all the time. I'm not here for fame, but I think what I showed, all the people that your grandmothers are giving $200 a week, a month to the church and helping out in bake sales, well, that priest is lying to you. And that's what pisses me off, that the religions have to come tell the truth. It's not the religions would even have to be abolished, guys. All they have to do is turn around saying, yes, well, your God's an alien or whatever. I'm talking, and if it's not, well, admit that it's not, but they're liars. They're hiding the truth about the whole story, is what I believe. Just like HS always late. Hello, BSA fam. Humpty, thanks for coming back, my friend. Yeah, prisons are being filled, and they're letting out all the murderers and rapists, anyways, and pedophiles. They're allowed out in the States. The immigrants that are raping the American people are allowed out too. 4 times one of them was raping kids and women, and he's let out in the street. That's a bit psychotic. It's only a matter of time before the American system is taken down through a revolution. We're not going to make it 2025. Anybody doesn't need an artificial intelligence program to tell you that. American government's fucked. The American people are going to stand up. I don't even know if we're going to make it to the elections. So I don't understand evil and never will, but I know it exists. It does, I get rid of evil. No negativity exists around me, boy. I mock it. It make me lose hair and get pimples and black eyes, but hell, I can still ignore it. Right on, man. On set all day. Sounds like you're shooting a movie, man. I want in. Army worms are going to be a oh my god. I just already know what it is just by the phrasing that you gave it. Among other pests and nasty little beasties. Oh yes. The plague, my friend. Brian Donovan says Buddha wasn't pointing to it for no reason. Oh, respect to all Buddhists and all those of you who like the Buddha. Something I studied a lot also, the Buddhist religion. Theology, I was very curious about the religions, and I have a good basic ideal on most of the common religions around the world. We're all really the same in many ways, except for that religion, the other one, which I don't have to mention. Kazoo! I'm going to have to bring him next stream. Absolutely. Anika, thanks again, my dear. Bismuth of foil hats. Smart guy. I have some bismuth. Bismuth. Absolutely. It's a protective stone, a dark black stone. As a matter of fact, it's funny you say that. Maybe it's because you did your research and I could be hallucinating, but I think the pyramid in Alaska, is it not bismuth? I could be hallucinating. Shitting out videos, and the more I do, the less views. What the hell is it with the 300 views per video here? Come on, YouTube. You guys don't change a thing coming back because I won't even have that. What is it called, that pyramid in Alaska? It's called accidentally revealed on a KTVA CBS channel. Excuse me for mentioning that scumbag name. Anchorage newscast back in the 1990s, and that newscast has been utterly scrubbed from the internet, and hard copies have been destroyed. Again, that's what they're saying. Black Pyramid buried deep underground, apparently in the Alaskan wilderness, somewhere between Nome and Mount McKinley. Been here since 1978, one person says. Am involved in exploration, anthropology, and environmental science. This is the first time I have heard mention of a pyramid in Alaska. That's good to know. Our ancient civilization were gatherers. No evidence of the large number of people needed to build structures like pyramids. No evidence of visitors from such civilizations. I'm not just saying inconclusive evidence. I'm saying no evidence. In the 70s, some people here built, and this is just any Tom, Dick, or Harry, by the way. Um, well, actually, it's an Alaskan entrepreneur, scientist, writer, scholar, captain. Okay. That's what he's saying. So no evidence for that. So he could be hiding it. It's like, just shut up, turn around, and go to the pyramid. There it is. It's like, what the hell? The hiding is pissing me off. Too bad they do all that. The shape's different, by the way, than the shape of the pyramids in Egypt. Also, the pyramid-shaped structures in the Ellsworth Mountains, located in Antarctica, are an example of nature's weathering of rocky peaks poking about the ice. It's not a complicated shape, so it's not a special coincidence either. There are other examples around the globe, like the Matterhorn, located in the Alps. They got Mount Bulanstinder in Iceland. By definition, it's a nunatak, which is simply a peak of rock sticking out above a glacier or an ice sheet. So maybe this is why they don't want global warming to happen, because it's going to reveal things that are in Antarctica. But as a matter of fact, maybe it's deliberate that the ice is going to be melt because, you know, when you have a cottage and you only go there once a year, well, you winterize your cottage and you lock everything up and you close everything up and you padlock everything up. Well, maybe they kept cold weather in Antarctica. And when they come back, well, it's all going to melt and there'll be trees yet again there, and the aliens will be there. And maybe it's not for nothing that the temperatures are changing around Earth. Maybe it has nothing to do with global warming. Maybe it has to do with a manipulation. I, for one, before I get off here, honestly think that all weather is controlled. Maybe even that there is no weather around Earth and it has to be created manually, through chemicals and whatnot. Wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, would not be surprised. Absolutely. I would see Kazoo as a Space Force commander. Very serious guy. Doesn't talk for nothing either. Doesn't talk at all. It could be, Kai. Like, honestly, I feel that if it is worse, it will be the last year and it'll be like go for broke this year. But it will depend on, you know what? It's like I'm depending on a revolution. I think the only way we're going to be safe is if the system goes down and everyone takes everything down. Honestly, maybe not a good thing to mention online, but I think that's what's going to happen. I can't wait. Like that osmium. Yeah, I mean, people have to know which stones can heal us, right? Right on. Salt cocoa coffee. Elite Chungite, 2 pyramids and obelisks. That's awesome. I have some obelisks here. This is when I was doing curses on Obama. Used to have this one. Nice big heavy mama. Yeah. If you don't want negative energy around you, keep a negative post in your house and tell it off. Yeah, I killed the devil. All bad spirits. I'm not afraid of them. I'm alone here in the house at night, and none of them can reach me. I believe there's a protection that you can do around yourself without having to lift a finger. So I also do believe that humans are either chosen or not chosen. Like, for example, if we are from the moon or from some star or our DNA, and don't forget Project Moondust and all that shit. I laughed when I heard that. I said, I wonder what that is about, eh? Well, in 1975 is supposedly the first time that aliens, after Roswell, landed around here, actually, some UFO craft. So maybe some of us born in 75 were abducted. Maybe some of our mothers, while they were pregnant, were abducted. Richard Barton, I would take them a Big Mac and fries. Oh, now you're talking. But then they won't last too long. I hope they don't know or are not able to detect problems with the food, because it could be that they shoot you after after you bring them a Big Mac. Probably tell you, I'm not going to eat that poison. It's good though, eh? Yeah, you gotta admit. That's my address, my friends. Thank you so much, for coming in, everyone. I need a good parking spot. Don't forget, guys, this Friday coming, 1 and 8 p.m. Eastern, we have live streams that we do twice in a day. Nye. I know Nye. It will be super epic, Anika, and we're going to choose one together. I get the final say, obviously, but I want us to look for that. And time's advancing fast. We're already fucking February now. Nice times coming. So, yeah, hopefully the channel will maintain, boy. Was going to come to Canadistan, but because I'm disabled, too worried about MAI. Yeah, man. Listen, brother. I hear you. I totally hear you about it. Piece of shit dump here we live in. Major X 1.9 flare just now. What? Let me go see. That's effing crazy, dude. I just went there. I said, "How can he tell me there's an X flare?" Bullshit. I said, "I'm gonna go see." Yeah. Yeah. Just now. Uh-oh. No, 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 no. Actually, hang tight. There's no the X-ray flux is X 1.9. It's on the verge maybe of exploding, but it hasn't yet. The last one's February 9th. The X 3.3, that was February 9th. February 10th, there's a new day for new coronal mass ejections to look at on February 10th. And February 11th, M9 solar flare with directed CME. So right now we have a maximum X-ray flux of the past 2 hours is X 1.9, and that is very suddenly. So that will be to be watched. That is not good, guys. That is a lot of light coming off the surface of the sun, the maximum X-ray flux. That's the amount of light coming from the sunspots. X 1.9. Any more information? The most recent 24-hour solar X-ray data from the primary GOES satellite. So you can zoom in on this. Bup, 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 bup. Let's see here. Any information? What region is active? Today's sun, a C-class solar flare, 99%, M-class, 30%, X-class, 5% solar flare. But the current value now is C7, a small flare. M is a strong flare. X is a major flare. Current value. So the X-ray flux is X 1.9. So we'll have to see what the hell's going to go on. So it's only a matter of time till she blows, you know. Thanks for sharing that. Oui, puis je suis obligé d'attendre après le sacramouille de stream, man. Stupide, hein? Je peux pas rajouter durant le stream. Tu cliques sur Moderators, puis ça ne fonctionne pas. Il faut que je commence un autre stream. Mais je finis, là, puis je m'en vais de rajouter très là. Alfredo, German, thank you very much. Hi, Bruce and everyone. Thank you for being here. Exactly. Exactly. No need to remove comments depending on what we say. Depending on if they're insulting, people, yep. But aside from that, if somebody talks about the government, leave it up. Apparently, it's free. We have to test it anyways. Well, it's the largest flare in the world is an X. X10, we die. So, but it's the beginning of a big fart. Let's say, pretty big. X 1.9. Yeah, where are the 100,000 subscribers? I have no idea. Greetings, Argentina. Thank you very much. Alfredo German, welcome. Rod R, thanks, guys, for coming to the stream. Before I get off here, a few last hellos. Love you, BSA family. I have to go back to work. Hey, bon après-midi, bro. Bonne soirée, man. Merci, hein. And Alex, on s'apprend in a couple days. So, yeah, boy. Green dinosaurs. I just imagine that guy in the costume with the green dinosaur with the head that's bobbling. Time for bed for me. Luke, thanks, brother. I'll catch you all again next time. Absolutely, man. I'll see you tomorrow in the coffee. In the comment section, as always, thanks for all the comments, bro. Good night and God bless. Thanks for the moderators for doing a great job by helping Bruce with the stream. Good job, mods. Absolutely. You're not a mod, Luke? I'm surprised. Obviously, there's lots of people here that should have been. It's like a long time I haven't given out wrenches. Thanks again, Luke. Absolutely, brother. Say hi to your dad, man. We love you. So 192 days will be another solar sunspot uptick. Could be the one to watch. Very, 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 very excitingly dangerous. The sun right now. It is scary. So thanks so much, everyone, for coming in. Really appreciate it. Incredible support to give to this channel. Large plasma-rich filament located in the northwest quadrant, lifted off, beginning crazy, Froggy Zombie. Corona mass ejection is now emerging in the latest coronagraph imagery. Is it going to hit Earth? Why am I excited? So you know what that means, Quebec? If you're in the region of Quebec, tomorrow it's going to be raining. It's going to be cloudy and windy, and warm temperatures are going to come because when we get CMEs here in Canada, we get warm temperatures. It is Facts 1987. Pretty sad on YouTube. You have 100,000 subs and can't get them notifications. That's right. Sleepy Joe must go with the fact, bro. Click on the bell. All will still be displayed black. There will be a tick on personal. Click on all again to move the tick back. Unreal. Tell your brother. Thanks, you guys. Sabby, everyone, for being here. Ice cream coffee with a Xanax. I'm feeling better now. Good for you, my friend. Hey, thanks again, darling, everyone. 56 degrees today. Plus 6 degrees there for LA. It's so weird. Dark February. It is a dark February. Right on, George. Queensland, 36 degrees. Beautiful Queensland. Hey, 36 degrees Celsius. Holy crap, dude. Wow. Sabby, thanks for being here, bud. I love you, man. See you all on Friday, Nika and everyone. Thank you greatly, so kindly for the contribution. Leah! Oh, no. How come I missed Leah? There she is. And Paul C. Burrows. Goodness. Leah, I hope that was... Do I owe you 20 now? Was that a mistake that you contributed twice deliberately, I hope? Paul C. Burrows, thank you, brother. Man, am I going to be able to get him up? There we go. Finally, Paul, thanks for the comments, man, and everything. Leah, thank you so very much. Where's Leah? Where's Leah? Where's Leah? I'm going to scroll all the way down now for sure. For sure. Oh, we have John O'Anders. Thank you very much for being here. It's not what he said last week when I asked him, hello to all. What did you ask me last week? Let me see conversations. Oh boy. I'm only 2 times trying Rumble and new here. Thanks a lot. Is going from La Nina to El Nino count as climate change, or is that too old school? No, it's smart, George. Yes, because you see, we're not experiencing El Nino right now. We just did. Now it's El Nina, right? La Nina that we're going to experience, apparently. Thank you very much, Anika. So how come I can't see conversations? I see for the first Jason Edwards. Hello to all from North Carolina, USA. Very beautiful North Carolina in the house. I got a lot of people here from North Carolina. I appreciate you guys down there in the States. Do you just say this is what I use when cursing Obama? Yes, yes, is what I said. Yes, yes, I said that. Little bugger he is. Our good friend Sabinator. If you guys don't know Sabinator, he's been here for a little while, guys, and Him and a couple of other people. He's been gifting out memberships to the members. He's been coming here, pushing my channel out, talking on Redacted, talking on podcasts and everything, like a lot of you are doing. Hauser and a whole list of people. Really, thank you all for doing that. A lot of you will think maybe it's not going to show. It really will show. If David Grush isn't being seen or heard, well, no one else is going to be seen or heard right away. So, oh my goodness. Those are trigger words, guys, eh? Because I haven't thought of George Burns in, well, many years. And honestly, if you would have asked me what was the name of George Burns' wife's name, I wouldn't have been able to tell you. But by hearing "Good night, Gracie," I even saw him say, "Good night, Gracie." you know, George Burns, Trans Olympus. We started as one dimensional, then two, then three. I believe that. Do you think Trans Olympus is because we are being designed that, get this, imagine the theory that as they're designing the universe 1D, 2D, 3D, and they're building it and designing it and adding more power to it, that they're also evolving the upgrade and the evolution of the people, the beings. Uh, are we in a spaceship? What the hell's going on, guys? I'm telling you. Whew. Scary stuff. Because we smart. What do you think I'm going to offer the aliens the first time they come in my house and abduct me? I'm going to give them the ounce of silver that His Highness sent me for a gift. Obviously, they are mining themselves. Aliens have yet to hear disco music, boogie. I like to boogie. I don't know. They were probably here in the 70s, probably laughing at our big hair, most likely. Awesome. I'll have to do the same. As we always finish, may God, the creator of creation, bless and keep us all, and may the force be with you. The really low one he filmed, the star shaped one, he said it was 15 feet above him. Yes, that's exactly right. You're full of shit if you're saying that, man. Don't worry about it, guys. Let him be. Are you actually thinking that you're going to be able to find me say that it was 40 feet away? Well, to prove you that you are a bullshit piece of shit liar, I'll tell you what. Watch this, little maggot. I actually said that when I saw it, it was fucking 40 feet in the air, dipshit. Do you think the fucking portal was in my swimming pool? See how fucking stupid that is? Do you think a portal's in a fucking swimming pool? Do you think the first time I saw that light, it appeared 15 feet in front of me? I told you it came down from the height of a fucking plane. I said that in all the videos. So honestly, Joe No Nanders, Jonah's Ark. If you don't be careful with what you're saying, I will block your fucking ass in a flash. Guaranteed. Oh yes, seed oils are definitely bad. So what's he doing, man? Why can't I see the shit stains comments? Better not. I better have read wrong. It's always like that. Bruce, you're reading wrong. He wasn't being bad or whatever. Whatever. Just came in from fishing and they're hiding the moon again. Oh, yes, probably from here. Guarantee you that none of the people on the internet will ever be able to reproduce the research that I'm doing. I'm going to see more here because they told me they were coming, and I'm going to see more on the moon at the same time. I'll be the only one showing this in the next 10 years, also. So people can cry all they want. They can cry all they want. Jeremy Corbell didn't even show you a video of that, you guys. Didn't even show you a video of that from 2018, but I did. Bruce is the one showing all the live UFO videos, all from the government or from not from the government. Thank you so much, guys. And I will talk to you all very soon. See you all on the flip side. Bye bye for now.